It's 12:03 on a Friday. Welcome to the Oil Stream, everybody. Thank you very much for being here today on a Friday. Hey, if you want to join us in person, we'll be live on Monday at Boston Pizza, 11 Broadway Boulevard in Sherwood Park. So make plans to join us. That'll be Wayne Gretzky's birthday. I don't know if we celebrate that as hard today as we used to. But swing on by. It's Pasta Tuesday.
Delish.
We can dive into some pasta dishes. And if you want to pop by, I'll be there doing Lock Shop from 11 until noon. And then Tommy Rolling will do Oil Stream from 12 until 1, recapping the weekend for the Oilers that day. So that'll be 11 Broadway Boulevard in Sherwood Park. And we'd love to see you out there that day. That would be great. The Oil Stream is brought to you by Boston Pizza, Pasta Tuesday, every day for the rest of this month. And obviously, they'll fire up a different promotion in February. Well, heart-shaped pizzas will be back.
Yes.
Because it's Valentine's Day. So that'll be coming up as well. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. A few things to discuss coming out of that hockey game last night for sure. Nolan from St. Albert says, my office is right down the road from that Boston Pizza. Maybe I'll tumble through.
Hey.
I like Nolan from St. Albert showing up for lunch and then at 7 o'clock telling somebody at the bar, I've been here for a while. I should probably go home. And he ends up staying the entire day, I think, eh?
Yeah. Did you see, it reminds me of something, like remember when in 2014 they extended the liquor hours?
For the Olympics and stuff?
For the Olympics. Yeah. It looks like that's going to happen again. I thought I saw a note.
Oh, are they working on that?
On the news about that.
Would make sense, I guess.
And, you know, you have somebody that stays at a BP's, has lunch, and then ends up there at 7 o'clock, there the whole day or whatever.
The whole shift.
I can't remember if it was the gold medal game, but I spent a whole day, like, what was it, 5 a.m. to about 1 a.m.
You did?
At Hudson's, the downtown location at 104th.
Okay.
On 112th Street. Remember that in Oliver? Because I lived in the that
was a pretty popular place for a while, man.
It was a great spot, actually.
What is it now?
It's first round.
Is that where first round is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
obviously changed it.
Franco's there. Franco's a good guy. And but I did the full shift and I went home
5 a.m. to 1 a.m.
MTVD was with me and some others. My old boss Mark Ciampa, and I had all 3 meals of the day there. I was like riding a buzz all day, and then I think at the end of the night, like the dance floor opened up, and
you hit the dance floor too.
And I was finally like, okay, it's 1 o'clock. I've been here all day since 5 a.m. And
do you remember what that tab was?
It was expensive.
Yeah,
it was expensive.
Holy smokes!
But it was. It might have been the gold medal game because everybody didn't care. Everybody was happy. I think it was like a couple $100, and it was a good time.
Yeah,
and
it's a memorable day. You're sitting here talking about 11 or 12 years later.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I do remember going home to shower and then having like a wardrobe change,
and then coming back
and going back, and it was busy the entire day. Because people were celebrating. I can't remember if it was a weekend or not, but it was one of those ones where like the vibe was high the entire time. And then my buddy, I think Matt Diltz and maybe Scotty Dodds. I can't remember if Scotty worked there or not back then, but Diltsy was one of the managers and then a few friends, and I was a regular there anyway. Yeah. So lots of free stuff too. Yeah. One time, I know we have our Super Bowl really quickly. Yeah. I know we have our Super Bowl party happening at Sully's. It's a great time. Book your table. Seriously. We always have so much fun.
It's a fun one, yeah.
I watched the Super Bowl at that Hudson's. I ended up winning a beer fridge.
Really?
and like I had a lot we had a lot of beverages, like one does watching a Super Bowl. I don't think I had to work the next day. And the manager goes, "Oh, congratulations!" Like I'm like, "Hey, it's end of the night. I'm like ready to take my fridge home." He's like, "Well, where do you want it? We can keep it here until you can come pick it up. Like, do you have a vehicle here? You shouldn't be driving." And I was like, "Oh, I am not driving. I will take it home. I live right there." And he's like, "How do you want help?" I'm like, "No, I'll carry it." I carried this mini fridge across the parking lot.
Live right there.
Right there. Yeah. It you know, and I wasn't 100% lucid at that point, but I still have that mini fridge. It's in the office in the studio at my place. It works great.
What a run that was, eh?
Anyway.
Holy smokes.
Sorry
Anything to not talk about this hockey game last night.
That was terrible.
How was post-game last night?
You know what? Lively.
Yeah.
Really lively. Like people frustrated and upset. Some you know, are drastic in their reaction. I'm sure you guys got some of that too, the trickle down on the morning show where you saw reaction. Like there's some people that probably didn't stick around for the post-game show and vented their frustration on your show with Rick and Trev. But, you try to explain to people, hey, yes, they had a great weekend against St. Louis and Vancouver, but keep in mind the level of competition they were facing. The Penguins are a good team this year with good players, and they're on a roll. Yeah. And we've seen, and we talked about it on the post-game show, and Reed had some good thoughts on it, and Cass had some good thoughts on it. But if you look at the Oilers over the last month or so of games, their wins haven't really been against strong opposition. And in their losses, there's been a pretty common theme: poor puck management, and that's the big one. Cheating for offense, TV turns, and it continues to be an issue. And when you have a good team like Pitt, and they force the issue and they press you, and you're bobbling pucks, you're making poor decisions. That 37-second span was atrocious.
Yeah, it was pathetic. Yeah,
we're seeing that there is a bit of an MO of the Oilers. If you press them, they can crumble.
They don't handle it very well. Yeah,
to me, it's an issue, but they are in a good spot at the end of the day. 3 points up on Anaheim, who's on a heater right now. You've fallen a couple points back of Vegas. They lost last night, so a little bit of a silver lining
helps
there.
A little bit too.
Yeah. There's work to be done.
Yeah.
There's work to be done. This team, like, people were getting gung-ho about being a contender after that weekend. I would say temper those expectations. Wait till the tougher competition comes in. We saw that last night.
I think we probably need to just sort of realize it and accept it that this team wins when McDavid and Draisaitl are lights out, and when they're not, they lose.
Yep.
Right? When they went on that hot stretch before Christmas, like coming out of November, what was it, 55 points in 11 games for those two guys? Mm-hmm. And then what's happened recently?
They aren't scoring.
Connor McDavid doesn't have points in 3 of his last 5 games. How did those go? They lost all 3 of them. Yeah. Right? Like, I know it's easy to simplify it. Hey, Dusty, when teams' best players are playing well, they're winning. I get it. That's how it works for most teams in most sports.
Absolutely.
But it's magnified here even more that McDavid and Draisaitl probably need to combine for 3 or 4 points most nights if they're gonna win hockey games. Like, it's just, and you said it, like, since Christmas. And I would love to dive into it before as well, because even when they were winning some of those games, you went and looked at it, and there were wins against a bunch of non-playoff teams.
Yeah,
like, and since Christmas, they've been beaten. They've crushed some really bad teams.
Yeah,
and have lost to anybody that I would describe as decent or better than decent since Christmas, at least.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out what they are. That's like, I'm trying to figure out what this team is. And I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what they are this year.
Like, I really do stand by, they are a good team. They're not, to me, they're not contender, like true contender like they were last year and what they evolved into 2 seasons ago. They need pieces, and that's pretty abundantly clear. So, but, some people get drastic in their reaction. Oh, this team's not going to make the playoffs. Like, relax. They're comfortably in second. They need to win some games. They're in the weakest division in the NHL, and that's beneficial to them. But there's a lot of problems.
Yeah, what's the biggest problem?
Well, right now it's puck management.
Yeah.
I think goaltending has been a positive lately, which is nice. Yesterday, Dusty, the defending looked like October 23rd.
It did. Did it not look like shades of like, hey, what's this again? Thought they'd moved past this.
Well, but it reared its ugly head, as they like to say. Again, it just decision making while defending was really sketchy last night. Ekholm, and people pointed this out in the discussion on the inbox. Ekholm, looks slower. His decision making might not be as sharp, or
he should be slower.
He's getting older.
He's in the last few years of his career. Like,
yeah, and then I mean, I saw some arguments that Ekholm's decline, a gradual decline, is affecting Bouchard. And although I believe some of that is true, some people said, well, it's making Bouchard worse, and that's why Bouchard's worse defensively. And I'm sorry, when you are backing in on a odd man rush and it's like a 3-on-2, and listen, the pass that was made over to Mantha on that first goal was brilliant, went right through Ekholm's skates. But Bouchard tucked in behind Ekholm on that one.
I had that up here on the. We did it on the TV this morning.
Oh, you did a little bit of telestrator work.
Where's the remote? I'll show you.
That was bad. And then there was some McDavid turnovers that directly led to goals. He had a frustrating night, and that's something that doesn't happen very often. So it was a combination of a lot of stuff. But here we go.
Yeah, like this.
Well, for those listening, we'll describe it. So we're basically at the tail end of the play where they're already below the top of the circle, and the pass is coming across. Who made that pass?
That was the big third star of the game, wasn't it? Who fed that one across to him?
I can't remember.
Was that Brazeau?
Oh, Johnny Brazeau?
Justin Brazeau.
Justin Brazeau, sorry.
Is that him? I think it was him.
Number 16?
I think it was him.
Okay.
So he fed that across. But I'm trying. So I had somebody today on Twitter come to me. And Gager will break all this down.
They'll do
highlights, lowlights on. But this goal specifically pissed me off because I'm watching it. I'm going this is why Evan Bouchard is on Team Canada.
Yeah, and you're right.
This is it. Like he can do all these brilliant things offensively and be half-assed okay defensively. But then somebody who's putting that team together watches this goal and goes, what purpose is he serving here at all?
He tucks in behind.
His stick is almost touching Ekholm's skate.
Yes. Why didn't he just peel off to the back corner where Mantha's going and disrupt him? You get, even if you just get stick on stick.
Yeah.
Or take away the passing seam, the lane, the seam, whatever you want to call it, and disrupt. You don't have to engage physically. But I'm watching this thing. I'm like, did he go beneath Ekholm?
Yeah.
There's no fault on Mangiapane here.
Well, that's what. So somebody was trying
he's watching the slot.
Somebody's trying to on Twitter today. I went back and forth with that guy. He goes,
"What was their
technically
explanation?
This could be on Mangiapane because Bush is being told that because the back pressure over here, that if this guy gets around Ekholm, Bouchard can cut him off." I'm
Who the hell's coaching defense like that?
This is the thing. Nobody is. That's why.
That's ridiculous.
Mantha is Bouchard's guy. Ekholm has his guy. Lazar's got the pressure here. Mangiapane's covering the high slot,
watching the slot
just in case something happens back here. I'm sorry, but Evan Bouchard cannot allow this to happen when he's making $10 million.
That's poor awareness.
That can't. It's just awful. It's absolutely so. All Bouch is doing is watching the puck.
Yep.
That's it. He's not doing anything except standing around watching the puck.
Yep.
And that's how you start the game.
Yep.
And then you come out, that same pair gets scored on again. Ekholm loses the foot race. And then Sidney Crosby wide open.
That was a
ridiculous tip, but somebody might want to get next to him.
Good idea.
But yeah, so anyway, that's.
I have no time for the argument that this is Mangiapane's guy, because that's just wrong.
If this is Mangiapane's guy, what's Bouch doing? What's his job?
Well, he should have fallen back with Mantha.
I know. It's
and
things like that.
He was lined up. If you take it back 2 seconds, Bouchard was up here in the middle where he's supposed to be, and he tucks in.
He kind of fades over towards behind Ekholm. I don't know, man. It's it's things like that where you go, that's why he's not going to be on the Canadian Olympic team. Plays like this.
Absolutely.
And he's got a lot of other great elements to his game.
Elite offensive ability.
That stuff just can't happen.
True. I like that. That was kind of
fun.
How versatile.
Yeah, it was nice.
Very well done.
Brought in that little hockey stick and can point at stuff there, so it's kind of nice. Anyway, if you want to chime in, 780-218-9999. Coach Mike says, and then on the second goal, all 5 players were thinking offense. And Bouch was up in the play too. They were all like, okay, let's go get him back. That's this team. Their mindset is to cheat for offense.
It's a consistent.
That's kind of how it's been for quite some time. So, front 3 goals and record-setting night. 3 goals in 37 seconds against.
You saw history last night.
Okay, let's talk about this.
You got.
We're rotating through the. Here.
I've learned about this over in the.
I thought I did.
Hangout studio.
There we go. Okay, it's paused.
Very good.
Okay, what did you think of this? Now, I guess first of all, what did you think of Jari last night?
You know what? I mean, he got shelled in that stretch there. He made a few good saves after, and I know they were trying. When they got to 3-1, you thought maybe they could pull it back out, but the 4-1 goal was the killer. There was no way they're coming back. I understand the argument for starting Ingram. Reed was adamant about it, and I can't disagree with Reed. I'm at a point right now with the goaltending where I'm like, whoever you start should give you a chance to win.
When I saw they were starting Jari, I was stunned. I know I shouldn't be stunned, but I was like, wow.
Yeah. And it's his old team, get that shot against them one more time, even though he got the win the first game.
I didn't think they were going to play him 2 games in a row here.
And that came up with Knobloch when we were talking to him, and his rationale was, we just recently had a day off. We had a day between games, and then we have a day off tomorrow, so we think that he can handle the workload.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's a nice cushion in terms of resting your body in a super condensed schedule. That, when he said it that way, it's like, yeah, I get it. There's extra motivation for Jari for that game. But guess what? There was extra motivation for the Penguins in that game, too. They got their asses kicked by the Oilers December 16th on home ice. Stu didn't have a good night that night. They weren't great in front of him. It was Kulak's debut as well. And then this is their chance for 2 hometown guys to come back who've now kind of integrated themselves into the team really well. By all accounts, talking to a bunch of the Pens media yesterday, they're like, these guys are the best people.
Oh, well, that's good to hear.
We're like, yes, you got 2 great human beings and their families, and 2 good hockey players. So, yeah, I mean, you could see it from both sides. Like, start Ingram, don't start Jerry in this game. And if the Pens aren't even starting Skinner, then do you need to start Jari? Like, I have time for that argument. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm good with either decision.
Yeah, I just think Ingram should start at least every other second game because he's their best goalie so far. Like he's been pretty consistent. If you watch the games, he looks like their best goalie. Statistics say that he's their best goalie. And if Jari, to me, if you're going to go back and forth, it's out of respect to Jari because you brought him in here to maybe be the number 1 guy. But if Ingram's the better of the 2 goaltenders, he should at least be getting 1 out of every second start. So I know we're not hanging the loss last night on Jari. The team obviously didn't bring it either. But I was a little surprised that they went to it.
Yeah.
Haji texts in and says, this is a 1A situation. Run with the hot goalie. They are equal in my eyes.
Jari played really good on Tuesday against the Devils. He played really good.
Yeah, he was good. But Ingram had played well before that.
Yep.
Right? Ingram was coming off a shutout.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we're talking about play the hot hand.
Well, so was Jari.
Yeah, but those are back-to-backs.
2 games ago.
Back-to-backs, right? Like,
sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're probably not going to start him on back-to-back days. I don't think we'll see. Do you think we see hot hand between the pipes, or is it just a back and forth? I think it's probably a back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know. Back and forth makes sense.
Coach Mike says, I would argue, and you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. We're going to get to buy the numbers coming up here and your Popeyes headlines as well. Still recapping this game last night. It's Nielson and Gazzola with you on the Oil stream. You can hammer the thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Chime in over there as well. Let's go to this one. Superb 6969.
Oh.
That was one of the sloppiest games I've seen out of this team in a while. Watch the tape, then burn it and move on. This team won't play like that every night. We say that, but they've been pumped at home a few times this year. Like, it's like every month we say they won't play like that. They won't play like it every night, but it keeps popping. It's like keeps rearing its ugly head out every once in a while, which you'd like to see. You'd like to see stop at sometimes. Let's see. X-Ray J says 10 games of Ingram and you're ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater, Dusty. What do you mean? Like from a Jari perspective? I mean, I think it's pretty clear. Ingram has been a better goaltender. He's been the best goalie they've had between the pipes this year. I think. But to be honest with you, I don't even know if it's remotely close. I mean, he's better than Skinner was. He's better than Pickard is. And I've liked what I've seen from him more than Tristan Jari so far. Anyway, Coach Mike says, I would argue that their lack of depth scoring, including forwards and defense, is also a huge issue.
Oh, yeah.
Nurse is on pace for his worst offensive output in a decade. The Oilers need more from their bottom six. I feel like we've had those conversations before, right?
and composted, as we've learned, you can compost bodies now. So.
Yeah, that's tough. Okay, let's dive into the numbers game because what's playing over there?
Something's playing.
Like, what is playing?
Yeah, I kept checking if it was me, but it's not.
Oh, I think it might be us. I don't know where. I don't know. We're hearing
there's
something
playing in studio. Where's Hernan?
I don't know. What is it this monitor?
I don't know. Is it? Do you have audio up on it? It's coming from over there somewhere.
It's like that monitor is playing what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's weird.
I've never heard that before.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay, yeah, let's dive into... Maddie, you hear that? It's coming out of this monitor, which means it's coming off my computer. But
how about
it's
that?
just weird that's... you know what? Actually, I think I can fix this. Hang on. Yeah.
Do you like how he doesn't even acknowledge you?
Did it die? Now it's coming through here.
Oh.
It's
your computer.
Yeah, but who's talking right now?
Do you have TSN on? Sounds like Pierre.
Yes. Damn autoplay on tsn.ca was playing. I have their trade bait board up. We're going to get to it.
Okay.
It was LeBrun.
I was like,
he was
that
talking
sounds
to
like
Onright.
Pierre. Is Pierre in here with us now?
Why do you start autoplay pop-ups? I work for
worst.
TSN. Like, we work for TSN.
We do.
Stop doing the autoplay pop-ups on the website,
Please,
guys. It's driving us
TSN
nuts.
Daddy, stop it.
Driving us nuts. All right. Let's dive in to the numbers game for Play Alberta. We talk about bottom six and they need bottom six offense. You know what's I kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I was looking at it yesterday. Because I've liked the way I like the way it looks. I'm not sold that they'll actually be together come playoff time, but the Roslovic, Savoy, Howard line.
I heard you talk about this.
I think they're a little too small to be a playoff line.
Yeah.
Roslovic only has 2 goals and no other, like no assists all month.
Yeah.
He was doing really well, and then they've been playing him at center a little bit since Enrique went down.
Yeah.
He had that 1-2 goal game, and outside of that, he doesn't have a point the entire month. And that's a guy that you're hoping can maybe drive a little bit of offense in your bottom six, and even that hasn't happened.
I'll ask you. I'll ask everybody watching and listening. Just observing Roslovic and the chunk of games he's played at center. When he has the puck, he tries to do something with it. He tries to get creative, and he's very skilled with the puck. Now, to me, just offhand, observing casually, I feel like when he plays center, Dusty, he's not getting the puck as much as when he did at wing. And maybe it is that extra responsibility.
I think it's probably who he's playing with a lot.
Well,
too,
there's that
right?
too, opening up the ice to the entire sheet essentially, and the defensive responsibility. You got to be on top of it, as opposed to when you're up and down your lane. For the most part, there's a little bit of crossover, obviously too, but I wonder if like the added layers to playing center has taken away from his puck touches, because I feel like watching him in his time as an Oiler, when he's playing on the wing, he finds a way to get open conveniently, and when he gets the puck, he's making something happen with it. That's just a casual observation. I don't know how others feel about it. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. 780-218-9999.
Yeah,
what would you say to that?
I think I've been trying to figure out why it is the case, and I'm trying to think maybe he was just putting up points because he was playing with,
there's got to be some of it.
That's got to be some of it
that's
too as
involved
well.
with playing with those guys.
I think he's better suited as a winger. I think, you'd probably want a third line come playoff time where there's a new center on the team and then Roslovic's on their wing.
Yeah.
Or Kapanen's on their wing and Roslovic's with Leon.
Yeah.
Right. That's probably, and we're going to take a look at this trade bait board that was so ignorantly rudely playing during the show there that we couldn't figure it out. All right. 780-218-90. The other thing that we have people today texting in, like, Connor hasn't got points in back-to-back games. And he fought it hard last night. He looked frustrated last night. Some people were saying, is it a situation here where they're riding him way too much and he's starting to wear down a little bit?
Absolutely, they ride him a lot. We've been talking about this basically since the first week of the season.
And then you're going to mix in the Olympics. And it's not like he's going to the Olympics and playing 20 games, but you're mixing in the Olympics. He's going to have to go play some games there. Then you're right back at it. Condensed schedule the rest of the way. Like, I still stand by what I said a couple of weeks or probably in December. And I still think it's the case. I would still take this team to beat Vegas. But by the time they get through Vegas and have to go play Colorado, I have a feeling after everything that they've been through the last few years and you attack in like I just think Connor going to run out of gas at some point come playoff time.
I fear that as well.
Right? Like,
yeah. This is game.
Now he's a freak and he's a special player and athlete, but I don't know, man. It's just so much all the time on him.
And he's coming off an all-time stretch, right? I think freak athlete or not, it catches up to everybody.
Well, he was
wear
in
and tear.
superhero mode for that 20-game stretch.
And then you lose Leon,
Yeah.
Unforeseen circumstances, obviously, can't control that. And there's all of a sudden more being put on you. And then the guys that are expected to raise their level can only do it to a certain extent. And then when the going gets tougher opposition, we see the effects of it, i.e. Tuesday, i.e. last night. I hope Leon's sleeping like a baby right now, getting his body clock
back
readjusted.
back around.
Hopefully by tomorrow, fresher and more effective. Good on him. Courageous moment. Good on him for getting off a plane like 3:30, 4 o'clock, 8.5 hour, 9 hour flight from Amsterdam. Essentially going right to the rink.
Yeah, you can't blame Leon for anything. Like, I know there was a couple plays you would have liked him to play a little bit better last night, but I mean, I was surprised. Like, awesome to get back in the line and try to help your team, but you shouldn't have been playing in that hockey game. And if the coach isn't going to be like, no, Leon, if Leon wants to play, he wants to play, but that's a long day. Didn't have to step in and play in the best hockey league in the world.
Yes.
And then Leon Draisaitl is also a freak, but that's asking a lot of anyone.
Tough circumstances, man. Good on him. And the talk around the rink in the morning was don't expect him to play tonight.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he shows up, lands, and goes out and plays. And
mind you, if you've been going through some family stuff, you want to get your mind off probably everything that's going on too.
And
So
that's
you might
a
as well
fair
just
point.
hop into work. I mean, there's like I'm just looking at it from his aspect of it. Like, what's he want to do? Sit there and watch the game and still be thinking about whatever's going on with like that would that's not ideal.
And I think him being him, he probably looks at the situation the team's in and goes, well, honestly, I'll probably provide way more than Alec Regula will for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Going 11-7.
It's true. You're right about that.
Seriously.
Bronco Nick texts in and says, I like that line with Savoy, Howard, and Roslovic. I think, though, we need to swap out Nuge and Roslovic and see what happens. So he's saying put Roslovic up with McDavid and Hyman and then put Nuge with Savoy and Howard. And I mean, I could, yes, like from a playoff perspective, for that line itself. I mean, for me, Nuge with McDavid and Hyman, you just sort of leave. But from a playoff perspective, I like it more with Nuge at center than Roslovic, but I still don't love both Savoy and Howard on your third line come the playoffs. Now, there's two ways to look at it. One, you could leave them there. They could play 12 or 13 minutes a night and gain valuable experience for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
But
bless you.
Can you win the Stanley Cup with, two guys who haven't really been there before on a third line that you want to have to contribute? Like, I'm not even going to hang it on them. I don't personally expect much from those guys come playoff time.
Great goal by Savoy last night. That was a wonderful shot. If I were to, if we're going to like make a debate about it and we were in that kind of like type of show where it's a back and forth and I have to make a case for Roslovic, Howard, and Savoy as a line and taking them into the playoffs, the case I think I would make is, yes, it could work, but it would have to be situational.
Yeah.
What type of team game does your opponent play? Are they a quick skilled team? Because then I would say, yes, those three as a line work. But if it's a big body, big boy type of team that you're going to be facing in the playoffs, I would say no. I'd probably want to spread those three guys out. That's how I kind of look at it.
Saskatoon Muncher says, agreed, Nuge is a smallish forward, but you watch that guy battle along the boards, and he plays bigger than he is, which I don't think you can say about Roslovic so much as well. Like, Roslovic is more of a, having got to seem that, like, finesse, shifty guy. Shiftier than I thought he was when he got in. He's a little bit different style of player than I thought he was before watching him every night with the Oilers.
He's not battling, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. All right, let's dive in. Anyway, that's your Play Alberta numbers game. Play Alberta, title sponsor of everything we do here at EST, and we are just populating. Like today, the Lock Shop put up 3 different parlays for football this weekend. So if you want to bet some AFC, NFC championship stuff, you can slide on over and grab it. Let's just see what we threw up today from the Lock Shop. We had the, and if you're listening to like the Oil Stream podcast after the fact, Lock Shop's every day from 11 until noon. You can listen to it live on TuneIn and iHeart. Lock Shop AFC partner parlay. Patriots and Broncos under 42.5 points, 4+ total field goals in the game, and the Broncos plus 5.5. That's plus 540. Rams money line, Stafford 2 passing touchdowns, Nakua 8 catches or more, plus 450. And then Puka Nakua anytime touchdown, Kenneth Walker anytime touchdown, and Ramondre Stevenson anytime touchdown. That one is locked in at 5-1.
I like those plus 500s.
Yeah, it's nice if you can hit. Like if you hit 2 of those, we're laughing on the weekend. Yeah, that would be great.
I would do like a $5.
Yeah, it gets you $25.
Yeah.
You're feeling pretty good about yourself there. All right, let's dive into your Popeyes spicy headlines. I do want to start with this one. I just want to confirm you saw Jim Matheson last night at the hockey game.
Yeah, Maddie was there.
Okay.
Why?
Maddie tweeted out 24 minutes ago. I love Matheson, man. He tweeted out 24 minutes ago. There's something out on social media that says I have died.
What?
Last time I looked, I was alive and well and still writing about the Oilers. So our Popeye spicy headlines is that Jim Matheson is still alive.
Yes.
Yes.
What the hell?
I don't even know. Like, I haven't even seen anything pop up on social media. Like, why would somebody pretend that Maddie's dead? I just, come on, people. Like, I know you don't take losses very well, but, or maybe Maddie read something incorrectly or was tagged in something. But I love Matheson having to go on Twitter 24 minutes ago and say, there's something out on social media that says I have died. Last time I looked, I was alive and well and still writing about the Oilers. And then some replies are, glad you're not dead, Jim. Be well. And good to hear, Jim. So, you guys were sitting with him. Like, the boys, was Hernan like read next to him last night. So, So, Popeye Spicy headlines. Maddie's still alive.
Oh, he is, baby.
So, that's, what a beauty, man.
What the hell?
Yeah. That's funny.
He's as spicy as ever.
Oh, I last time I looked, I was alive and well and still writing about the Oilers. Oh man, what a beauty! What a beauty! I searched like Matheson dead, and nothing came up, so I don't know where he saw it from.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, that's.
I love you, Maddie, but that's weird.
Yeah, that was.
That is weird.
That was funny. And I checked. It is Maddie's real account.
It is his real account.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was kind of funny.
Oh my.
All right. I also want to get the TSN trade bait board.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So the Edmonton Oilers. I know LeBron was reporting that the Oilers are looking for a top 9 forward, but. I mean, I think everybody in the world knows the Oilers are looking for a top 9 forward. So
the way you subbed it up yesterday, you're like, newsflash, we've been talking about this since September.
I mean, everybody, yes.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. So, Tommy, TSN's got 35 names on their trade bait board.
Going to it now.
Let's just whip through it. I'm going to whip right through it. Let's give me a yes or a no or a maybe. Hey, we want to play that? Let's play that game.
Okay, yes, no.
All right, Artemi Panarin. He's number 1 on the list.
Like, should the Oilers trade him?
Should the Oilers is it possible that the Oilers could take a look and maybe bring him in?
Is it realistic? No.
Yeah.
Would I at least call to find out? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just go realistic option.
Okay.
Yes, no, maybe.
Okay, no.
Panarin's the UFA. He's number 1 on the list. not going to be in consideration here. Number 2, Nazem Kadri, $7 million, 3 years left after this year.
No, because Calgary won't do anything to help Edmonton.
Vincent Trocheck, 5.625, 3 years left after this year. 32 points in 37 games, 11 goals, 32 years old.
I'd say yes.
It would be nice to get something done with him, eh?
Yeah.
It's 5.625. You need to get the Rangers to retain something. You need to get Henrique to be willing to move it.
Or Manja.
Yeah, Armand. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could maybe try to find a way with some retention to make a number in that 4 to 5.5 area sort of work, right?
Mold it into something.
Dougie Hamilton, $9 million, 2 years. Right shot D, not happening. Andre Palat, he's got 6 years left, or $6 million left on one more year next year. He has 4 goals and 10 points in 49 games.
No.
I've always liked Palat, but
so did I.
I think that window has closed.
Yeah.
Blake Coleman, also 34 years old, 21 points in 44 games, $4.9 million on the cap at 1 year left. Calgary's probably not going to ship him.
Like the player, but no too realistic.
Stamkos?
No.
33 points, $8 million, 2 years left.
Yeah.
Elias Pettersson, no. We already discussed Jesperi Kotkaniemi. He's got 7 points, makes almost $5 million, has 4 years left on it. Going to pass on that one. Mangiapane is 10th on the list.
Okay.
To be honest with you, Mangiapane is like a more reasonable option for, I think, a lot of other teams compared to some of the guys higher than him on the list.
Yeah.
3.6 million a year left. They already have him. Connor Garland, Vancouver. 5 years left at almost 5 per. Nope. No. Luke Shen. No. Right shot veteran D, UFA at the end of the year.
Slow boots. No.
What if he's like, I'll come there, but trade for my brother too?
Yes.
Would you take Braden Shen if you had to get Luke too?
Hell yeah.
He's on this list coming down. Michael Bunting. 30-year-old left winger, 12 goals, 28 points, 4.5 mil UFA. So straight up rental.
Yep. I would consider him. He's a good NHL player, and the Oilers need good NHL players at forward. Connor Murphy, Chicago, right shot D, 4.4, but also a UFA, would be a rental scenario. Yep. An upgrade over Emberson come playoff time if need be. Or Stastny. Yeah. Stastny's Stastny's numbers have been, his ice time's been dropping a little bit, I think. Yeah. Are we starting to see Stastny, like, is the wall? I don't know if he's hitting a wall, but we're recognizing. I think you're learning more about him now that you're going to see him. Yeah, how inexperienced he is as an NHL defenseman. Skates very well. Yep. I could see him being physically pushed out of a playoff series. Yes. I like him. Yeah, same. But you're starting to figure out what the warts are. You know, when you get to see a guy finally play for a little while. That happens. Robert Thomas. That seems unlikely. Kind of unlikely. Great player. 8.1 mil, 5 years left. I don't know how they would physically, financially make that work. Here's the one that, as far as rental goes, if you're looking for third line center, Boone Jenner. Yeah. 3.75 mil UFA. I mean, that would be a guy that I'd probably have at the top of the list. 100%. Belzy has been all over this for 2 calendar years. That would be, as far as guys who are rentals on this list go, that you can make work financially. I like it. I think Jenner might be that top target. Jake DeBruski's got 5 years left at 5.5. He's 29 years old. I'm so partial to him. But I think I'll take the heart out of it. Yeah. Probably say no. Justin Falk, right shot D. Got another year at 6.5, though. No. Smaller. Older. Yeah, it's 33 now. Okay, what about Braden Shen? 6.5 mil, but for 2 more years. I know his game has slowed. He's only got 9 goals and 19 points in 50 games. I'd like maybe if there was what I don't know if you want. Do you want to be hooked to him for 2 more years at 6.5 mil? How slow is he getting? I don't know. I read a couple things at St. Louis where they say he's not moving very well anymore. That's not good. Because he could move decently well prior to that. Like if he becomes, he's in mid-30s now, right? Like, how old is he? It's going to be, he's 34 right now. Oh, geez. He's older than so you're looking at 35 and 36-year-old Braden Shen, which you would be looking at. You only need him to be your third line center. Yeah, but for still makes it appealing. I kind of want to take back what I said about the Shen package deal. Ugh. Not as appealing as I thought it was about a minute and a half ago. Number 20 on the list, Brett Kulak. 2.75 mil UFA. Should not have traded him. Bring him back as a rental the rest of the way. Yeah.
Binnington. We're not going to talk about that one.
Nope.
Mario Ferraro, left shot D out of San Jose. He's a rental.
Yeah.
3.25. I don't think there's probably room there. Evander Kane.
Don't even
pass on that one.
I texted people in Vancouver about the offering him back to Edmonton, and they just laughed too. They're like, "Oh, yeah, that's great."
I'm a little curious about why Ryan O'Reilly's 24th on this list.
I don't know what's his price point.
It's 4.5. He's a point per game this year. He's got 47 points in 49 games. He's only got next year, and he's a 4.5.
Is it because maybe whoever put the TSN trade bait board together thought that there's only a slim chance they trade him and they want to keep him in Nashville?
Maybe that's what it is. But I'm telling you, if Nashville wants to move O'Reilly,
I would definitely
somebody in league will pay a decent little price for O'Reilly.
To me, that's a yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think our only two clear yeses are Jenner and O'Reilly so far. Jonathan Marchessault. No. He's got 5.5, 3 years after this one. He's 35. You don't want 38-year-old Jonathan Marchessault.
No.
Like, there's just... This guy always pops up. Andrew Peak. UFA. Rental, 2.75 mil. You can make it work financially. He's a name that, like, the Oilers online community has, like, linked them to for a couple years. He must have good analytics or something, because...
Maybe, yeah.
I think
really don't know.
Base kind of likes that guy.
Andrew Peak as a player.
Yeah.
To be like, yes, go get him.
Jordan Kyrou's name's on this list. He makes just over 8.
Yeah.
5 years. Only 21 points in 40 games this year.
Something's really a foul in St. Louis.
Funky in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Eh? I like to think it's Holloway and Broberg ruining the vibe.
Oh, my. I doubt it, but oh, my. Juicy gossip.
I would have some time for Kyrou. Like, you know, like
he's still a good player.
If the
He's
big
young.
plan is to go out and try to sign a free agent in the summer to come in and play top 6,
yeah.
if you could somehow make it work financially, I mean, Jordan Kyrou being that guy, I think I'd have some time for that.
If things are so sour, good players, the points can dry up. And it seems like that's just the situation that has developed in St. Louis.
Carson Soucy.
Left shot, right?
Left shot, 31 years old, 3.25 mil, UFA.
I think that ship's
rental.
passed. They need a right shot D, man.
They've got him listed on the left side. Is he? I think he's also a left shot, right? Like,
I believe so. Now, here's the thing: like if you go Soucy and you flip Stastny and then yeah, okay.
I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't?
Well, he's a UFA.
I know. I honestly
so you're
would.
kind of writing Stastny off then, or what?
No, I'm not writing him off. I'm just like, do you want to win this year, or do you want to hope Stastny?
See, I wouldn't do that because I don't think they can win this year.
I don't think they will win this year.
Yeah. Mikheyev is at 29. He makes $4 million. He's a UFA. He's a right winger. Alex Tuck. Everybody always talks about him. 41 points. He's further down this list because Buffalo's probably going to try to keep him.
He's an obvious yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, but the realisticness of it is likely no.
Highly unlikely.
Yeah.
I know this guy's name's popped up in the old rumor mill here in Edmonton over the last 5 years sometimes. Eric Holla, 24 points, 34. He's a rental, makes $3 million. They could probably play center in the wing.
I would say yes.
Yeah, I got time for him.
Because I think he still moves better. He can skate. I think he still moves better than Adam Henrique. Like, if you were to say, would you swap Holla for Henrique? I would
take
yes.
Holla over Henrique,
Yeah.
Ryan Hartman's name's on the list, Minnesota. Right winger, got a year left,
Plays
$4
like
million.
a real a-hole.
Yeah, he does.
You know what? I've got time for that.
But had some jerkness to them for
I like
sure.
jerkness on the ice. It's very frustrating.
Jason Dickinson, UFA out of Chicago, 10 points, 36 games.
Yeah.
4.2 million.
You want to add to your
it's a little bit pricey.
fourth line or whatever.
And then Washington's first round pick is 34th. And Jesper Wallstedt is actually 35th.
How did Wallstedt wind up
list.
on here?
Well, he hasn't been good in January. And I don't know how many insiders are pushing them to put Wallstedt on this list.
Yeah.
But they do have Gustafsson signed for the next 6 years.
Oh, that's right.
And Wallstedt started red hot.
Amazing
has come
stuff.
down a bit. Maybe they're looking at it going, he's probably a pretty valuable asset right now. If they've identified Gustafsson and they're paying him like $5.5 or $6 million or whatever it is,
Right.
for what is Gustafsson's number? I think it's somewhere around there.
I can look it up.
Might be. I think it's somewhere around there. So, but if you got that guy signed for another 5 or 6 years, you might be thinking cash in now. I'm going to be stunned if he's traded. But the fact that his name's on this board is kind of it's kind of interesting.
Gustafsson jumps next year to 6.8.
So 6.8, and then he's got what is it, a 5 or 6 year deal?
Yeah, he's not up till 2031.
Yeah. So I guess that's why you would put. They obviously like him. They committed to him for that long. He's a good goalie. They might be thinking this is the all-time high on Wallstead from a and could he bring them something that could help them right now on a pretty good Minnesota team? If I were them, I'd probably rather roll both of those guys into the playoffs.
Sure.
But
you got both of them locked up under contract next year. So if you want to move one, or Wallstead, let's say, hypothetically, you could do it next year. Gustafsson's only 27.
Yeah.
Wallstead's already 23. So it's not too big of an age gap.
Let's get to some of your text messages. So what do we got? We got full marks on Boone Jenner.
Yep.
Go after Boone Jenner, Ryan O'Reilly.
Yes.
Of course, Tuck would fit, but highly unlikely. And we got some time for Eric Holla. Yeah. And you didn't mind Hartman.
I don't mind Hartman. I like that jerk element as you outlined.
But if you look at it, as far as finding things to add on deadline day, if your target is just a top 9 forward, you should be able to deliver a top 9 forward. It's not like we're sitting here going, they need a first line winger, or we're sitting here going, they need a top pair right shot D-man. Like those ones are tough to track down. Yeah. I would probably guess there's going to be somewhere between 10 to 12 top 9 forwards traded before the deadline. You're going to get on one of them. Yeah,
that's fair. So, I had a conversation with one of the scouts yesterday, and I said, what do you think this team needs, a forward or a defenseman? You want to guess?
Defenseman. Yeah.
That was their opinion. It was also, I'm like, I feel the same way.
Big Dave texts in and says, if you could get Vancouver to retain 40 to 50% by kicking in a draft pick, would you do it 1-for-1? Mangiapane. I think Garland could be the kind of agitator the Oilers need.
No. He's tiny. Plays way bigger than he actually is.
He does, but he's little.
Yeah.
Louis donates his Sportsnet salary to the Oilers to bring in Jake. That one's from Martin.
Couple $100,000, $5.5 million.
Probably not going to make too much of a difference. Troll says, how many of these guys would you take a run at in the offseason once the Oilers have more money? And you're talking as far as those unrestricted free agents go. The guys who are UFAs, Eric Holla.
Good question.
If Tuck gets unrestricted free agency, I mean, I'd probably be heavily invested in him. Who else was a UFA? Boone Jenner. Have some time for that. Yep. So, I mean, not many of the other guys. What do you think about Bunting as a possible free agent target?
If you get him for a relatively good price.
He makes 4.5 right now, and he's probably going to score close to 20 this year. So I don't know if you're going to.
He has that a-hole style of play element to him too, which I appreciate. Not as much as Hartman. Hartman does things that are way over the line, but Bunting will mix it up. And one thing that we really harped on earlier in the year, observing the Oilers, was remember how they just weren't willing to engage in anything? And sometimes you need that to drag you into a game, to get everybody's back up and fired up. Bunting kind of has some of that when you watch him. Like you see a little pile skirmish, and it's Bunting in there. You're like, oh, yeah, okay, nice.
All right, 780-218-9999 is where you can get in. The Edmonton Oilers have already wasted 2 opportunities on this homestand here with teams coming in on the second half of back-to-back. So, Tommy, I mean, do we sit here now and just go, we need to stop talking about if the team's coming in on a back-to-back because the Oilers don't seem to show up for them anyway? Like the Oilers look like how all of we talk. It's the second half of back-to-back for this other team. You know, they're going to win this game for sure. Like, they seem to be approaching it mentally how we sort of are doing it in the media, being like, oh, it's automatic 2 points. That's how they look.
Yeah. Yeah, and they get outworked and caved in the first period and have to dig themselves out of a situation they created. No, there should have been enough lessons this past week in the New Jersey game, and especially yesterday, that they should be motivated and take advantage of a Caps team that played tonight. Plus, you get Leon back. Hopefully, he's rested up, like I said. I'm assuming it's Ingram tomorrow. He's going to want to make sure he's solidifying his spot as a go-to goalie. Maybe trying to find an edge over Tristan Jarry with performance.
All right, what time do you get going tomorrow? The little
7 o'clock.
GCL Diesel pregame, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Get things going. OV in town.
OV in town. Will it be the last time?
Time?
Do you think
Might
he
be the
chases
last time.
1,000 goals?
I don't know. He'd have to play for 2 more years.
Yeah. But like,
I mean, I do have a lot of time to watch OV and Sid chase 2,000 points and 1,000 goals. It'd be very cool for both of them to be kind of chasing down the same thing at the same time, or like different things, but like all-time legacy things in the same season.
And
like,
you were talking about Sid yesterday, and does he creep his way into the top 5 if he hits 2,000 points? Yes, of course, has to. And I'm sorry, Gordie Howe or Mario Lemieux, or
well, I wouldn't have him ahead of Mario.
You wouldn't?
No.
I don't think I would
either. If
either.
Lemieux stayed healthy, he would have 2,500 points.
So, maybe I would even. This hurts me to say it. Sorry, Mark Messier, if he's even in the top 5. Sorry.
Yeah, Messier is like a 5, 6,
Bobby
7,
Orr.
like somewhere in that 5 to 7
Yeah.
for me. Like Yarmer Yager's a 5 to 7 guy for me. Like Sid jumps Yager for sure, I think.
To actually reach 2,000 points, or if Ovechkin, who is the only guy at 900 goals plus 917 to date, has a 20-goal season going. Say he gets 15 more. He's at 932 going into next year.
Still need 2 years.
I know he would need 2 years, but I think he...
Can you imagine if he did? You imagine if he's like, I need 58 goals this year, or 6. I guess it would be 68 goals. He goes out and buries 68 and then walks away. That would be nuts.
That would be
impossible,
insane.
but
no, I know.
Fun story.
But if you hit, we were talking about this, and it was like, if Sid goes and wins gold at the Olympics, does that put him into the top 5? And I can't remember who was on, but they said no, not necessarily. But the 2,000 points, only 99 has done that.
Yeah, I think it was Noodles.
Noodles, yeah.
I think it was Noodles.
Yeah. I would say that puts Sid in the top 5 all time, without question.
Yeah, if you get to 2,000 points,
yeah.
Might have to bump Gordie Howe off that Mount Rushmore.
But guess what? That's how good Sid is.
Well,
or could be.
Think about Gordie and the longevity was big, but Sid's matching that long. I mean, Gordie Howe was like ridiculous longevity, but yeah. We'll figure it when he gets
21 years in.
Yeah,
and
I know.
He's almost a point a game back.
He's over. He's going to get 90 points.
Yeah.
For 4th year in a row. You're 18, 19, 20, 21. He's going to drop 40. Like he's a top 12 player in his 21st season.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Yep.
What's coming up in EST Afternoons, buddy?
Oh, we got a great and busy show. Highlights, lowlights, and Hernan's Noticias as well. He'll touch on the headlines and all of sports news.
Oh, no, okay.
Yeah, Noticia. That's how he says it.
Noticias.
Yeah, I didn't know the word beforehand.
Wow, me neither, Zach. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm learning a new language. Might have to get on that Duolingo. I heard Will Fraser is pretty big on that.
Fraser's big. So is my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's done it for like 1,000 straight days or something.
That's great.
French. He's learning French.
Oh, oui. Yeah. We got Zach to the future at 1:40, and Lee Hacksaw Hamilton will be checking in as well. Former Capital and Capitals analyst on Monumental Sports Network, Craig Laughlin, also to check in during the second hour.
Busy show then.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Busy show with EST Afternoons. That's coming up. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, stick around. That's on the way. If you're watching on YouTube, turn on autoplay. I'll take you right on over. That's going to do it for the oil stream. Tommy will be back. Hello Hockey tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And then GCL Diesel pre and post on Saturday night with Alexander Ovechkin in the house. Join us on Monday. Sherwood Park, Boston Pizza, 11 Broadway Boulevard. We'll be there from 11 until 1. Lock shop. I know some of the GD Den was thinking about maybe popping by. We'd love to see you out there. We don't get out to the park very often, so that would be good. So maybe we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Take it easy.